To Ms. Bloomer, I want to say thank you for being the best teacher I've had. Thank you for allowing me to have a great class experience and helping me learn. I really enjoyed having your class, and I'm ready to see how all the things you've taught me will help me in my later life. Thank you for everything you've taught me. Sincerely, Joseph Leggett.
Dear Ms. Dunn, I just want to thank you for being the best teacher I've ever had. You taught me how to believe in myself. It has helped me grow as a person. You also taught me how to have a positive outlook on everything. It has made me happier as a person. Thank you for being a teacher.
Dear Coach Flumin, I thank you for what you have done for me, and and all the difficult things you got me through. And I thank you for being a good coach and a good teacher. You've been there when I needed you the most, and always find a way for me. Thank you, Coach Flumin.
My teacher impact is Miss Watson. Miss Watson, thank you for always being there for me and being dependable. And thank you for helping me with everything you've done for me.
My teacher impact is Miss Salmon. Dear Miss Salmon, I would like to thank you for helping me have an idea for what I want to do for my future career after high school. I appreciate you for giving me tips on how to help with my performance on and off the field. Thank you, Miss Salmon.
Tonight's about going and getting back who you are and who you're supposed to be. You got to go out there and redeem yourself. Don't look back. Play with resilience tonight. Come out and be a resilient football team. Don't be an imposter. Go be who you said you wanted to be tonight. Let's go get it!
Freedom and the dignity of the individual have been more available and assured here than in any other place on earth. The price for this freedom at times has been high, but we have never been unwilling to pay that price. Those who say that we're in a time when there are no heroes, they just don't know where to look.
Now your starting lineup for your Central Red Devils. On defense, at end. Number 9, Tristan Lyles. And now introducing your starters for your Enterprise Wildcats. On offense, at wide receiver number 3, Will Falk. At wide receiver number 17, Braden Cook. At wide receiver number 5, Keon Kilo. At tight end number 11, Cates Blackman. At center number 65, Groshan Sellers. At left tackle number 71, Andrew Bouchard. At left guard number 72, Josh Motley. The offensive line number 51, Pete Pritchett. At right guard number 76, Zach Stinson. At right tackle number 66, Colvin Holland. At running back number 7, Jarrell Reese. At running back number 2, Caleb Knowles. And at quarterback number 12, Mac Houston. On defense, number 5, defensive end Brady Wadsworth. At defensive tackle, number 33, Aiden Arney. At nose guard, number 26, Landon Creech. At defensive end, number 10, Kyron Lewis. At inside linebacker, number 25, Walker Turner. At inside linebacker, number 45, Gavin Whiteside. At safety, number 8, Hayes Woodall. At cornerback, number 14, Curtis Owens. At safety, number 1, Brack Sawyer. And at free safety, number 9, Gardner Dunn. On special teams, kicking number 47, Jose Seguro Rocha. Punting for the Wildcats, number 16, Will Martin. And your head coach for the Wildcats, Coach Ben Blackman.
At the moment, there are only 4 undefeated teams in Alabama's 7A classification. Mary Montgomery, Hewitt Trussville, and Bob Jones are 3 of them. The 4th 4-0 team is here in Wildcat Stadium. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Enterprise Wildcat Football. Along with the voice of the Wildcats, Fox Fleming, analyst Rex Bynum, producer Rick Howard, director Brian Harvin, and videographer Jamie Lunsford, this is Ricky Adams inviting you to stay tuned as the number 1 undefeated Central High School Red Devils from Phenix City are here in Wildcat Stadium expecting to whip up on the 2-2 Wildcats. Averaging 52.3 points per game, Central has beaten Enterprise 23 times in the last 26 games and has won every game since 2016. Rex, will it take a Cinderella story, or does David have enough big stones to handle this monster that's come to Wildcat Stadium this evening?
I think if we can knock them off tonight, Rick, I think that'd be bigger than David beating Goliath. It's just it's going to be a big challenge for our football team, and what an awesome opportunity it is. Somebody's going to lose tonight, and wouldn't it be that it would echo across the state if we were to upset the Red Devils. But Coach Blackman had a good, positive attitude at quarterback club today. He said, we didn't play very well last week. We got kind of embarrassed 2 weeks ago. But he said what our focus this week at practice was on us. He said we're not trying to game plan against Central. He said we got to get better at blocking, tackling, kicking game, eliminating mistakes. Last week was a fiasco as far as opportunities missed and mistakes made, and that would have given us a chance to win the football game. Now, the way I look at it, I don't know what the game plan is, but in my opinion, if we just try to play regular, Wildcat football and do the regular things that we do, I don't think we're going to have a chance to win this game. We may not any other way. My feeling is we don't have anything to lose. I don't know why we can't fake punts. I don't know why we can't try onside kicks, double reverse passes. I mean, there ain't no need to keep anything out of the playbook tonight.
How about the old hidden ball trick?
Whatever it takes. Putting 10 guys at the line of scrimmage on defense, send 8 of them one time, 3 of them another. You got to mix things up. To me, we can't keep doing what we're doing and have a chance to win this football game.
I appreciate you letting me use your handkerchief a while ago when we were watching their wide receivers warm up. And they look bigger than our linemen and linebackers and their wide receivers. I just broke out in tears. I couldn't help it, Rex. I'm sorry. I know it's not a mature thing to do.
Well, Coach Blackman did mention, ever since he's been here, the team 2 years ago at one state, he said was by far the best, Central team that he had seen. But he said this is the second best. He said they've got quality players up and down the lineup. So we can't physically match up with them. So we've got to do something different to try to change the outcome of this game. And whether or not we can do it, that's what we're here to see.
We do know that the Big Blue Marching Band is here, and the Phenix City Band's here, and we'll hear from both of them throughout the game because they both play almost constantly in the stands, and that's the nature of modern football. They used not to do that, but they do now.
Yeah, it's a good spectacle. I'm a little disappointed in the crowd on the Wildcat sideline. I understand, people, if you're winning, they're going to come. That's just the old, the way things are. But our community, we need to support these young folks. These kids, they're practicing. The band's working hard. The cheerleaders are working hard, and they need our support. And so I would encourage you, if you get a chance, you at least come out for a half. Come out in the first half and watch some of the football, watch the band. Then if you want to go home, that'll be fine. That'll give you a chance to support them, and that's what we need to do as a community.
If you'll direct your attention to the left side of your screen, there's a lot happening in the old Wildcat in the south end zone, Rex. I don't know exactly what all it is, but I'm not invited to participate in that, thank goodness.
Well, I'm kind of disappointed they didn't invite me and you to ride in on the helicopter tonight. We could have come in and they could have taken us up here to the press box. Wouldn't that have been awesome? Or,
Well, you just weren't here to see how I got here, and I'm not able to tell you. There come the Wildcats, like it or not. Here it is.
it would have been nice if we could have had a remote from the helicopter where we were coming down. That would have been something.
Before we get any further along in this broadcast and get tied up and forget about it, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention the passing this week of two former Wildcats. They weren't necessarily known for their football, but they played. One of them was a wrestler and ran track. One of them played basketball and baseball. I'm talking, of course, of my good friends Jim Warren and Matt Morgan. True Wildcats. Then we will miss them.
Ricky, the captains are meeting in the middle of the field. One of our offensive linemen, number 66, Coleman Holland, is a captain. I believe number 3, Will Ford, one of our wide receivers. Also, Kenyon Kilo, another wide receiver, number 5. Number 9, Gardner Dunn, one of our safety. And then it looks like number 14 is one. He is not dressed out, so he must be on injured reserve. That's looks like Curtis Owens, a cornerback.
Brack Sawyer's the grandson of my friend Jim Warren that was buried yesterday, and he's had a tough week. But he's ready to play now.
Ricky, I don't know who won the toss, but the Red Devils are receiving to start the football game. Let me mention, our starting quarterback was injured last week, and he is in concussion protocol and will not be able to play tonight. And Mac Houston, our backup, came in last week and played well, and he'll have the entire game tonight in his hands.
More power to him. It appears all the pregame festivities are over and done, so that means it's somewhere close to 7 o'clock, which sadly is the time I have to do this every week. Here's Fox Fleming, the voice of the Wildcats for the last 25 seasons.
And welcome Wildcat fans as Enterprise gets ready to kick off to Central. Ware back deep for the Red Devils as Gavin Boatwright is kicking off. Kicked in the middle of the field, fielded at the 23-yard line, cuts it to the right side, cuts across 30 and out of bounds up near the 35-yard line.
He'll try to get a pooch kick, didn't get it quite high enough. We got it down to about the 25, which is a good distance. But the Central return guy was able to pick up 10 yards, and they'll have great field position on their first possession.
Bobby Coleman, the quarterback for Central. Shotgun formation. Woodhouse lines up with him, and we've got a penalty flag early. Move it offsides on the Wildcats. First and 5 for Central. Hands it off to Woodhouse. Hit quickly at the 42-yard line.
Yeah, I believe that was our two linebackers, Gavin Whiteside and Walker Turner, making that play. Can't give them 5 yards, though.
Back to pass. Throws it across the middle, complete up near the 45-yard line.
Yeah, that was Whiteside in coverage, going to be 3rd and short. Be nice if the Cat defense could blow up right here. Get a stalemate, force a punting situation. That'd be a win for the Wildcat defense on this first possession.
3rd and short. Cats needing a Napa know-how stop right here. 11:01 to go in the first quarter. No score yet. Brought to you by Citizens Bank. Gives it to Woodhouse. Hit quickly and stopped. He may have enough. When second effort, it'll be close, and I believe they're going to spot him for a first down, Coach.
Yeah, it looks like the officials are marking him across the 45-yard line at the 46, and that will be enough for a first down. He had to earn it, though, which he did.
Hands it off to get off the left side across midfield down to the 45 as Walker Turner runs him down on the far side of the field. He's going to be out of bounds at the 35-yard line, and we've got a penalty flag on the play.
Yeah, it looked to me like it may be holding by one of the wide receivers on his stop block. And we'll see what the call is. Yes, that's what it is. They'll back in at 10.
And so far, Woodhouse has been the go-to guy in the backfield. Coleman at his own 40. Again, Woodhouse off the left side across midfield and stopped as, again, number 26 is there to make the stop for the Wildcats.
Yeah, Walker Turner was there, and Gardner Dunn, safety, came down to help him out.
Second and a long 4. Fakes it, throws it in the flats over to the right side, incomplete. Brings up 3rd down.
Yeah, good coverage over here. That was number 24, Cardell Patterson, our freshman cornerback that's had a very good year.
And again, thanking all of our sponsors tonight. Citizens Bank for the scoreboard, also the Chang Gang. Watching last for our first downs, Garrett Griffin Agency. And Napa know-how. Ball comes loose, and it's recovered by the Wildcats at the 48-yard line.
Well, those are the kind of breaks we need. I couldn't tell exactly what happened. I just saw him mishandle the football, and we were right there to make that recovery. And what a big break for the Cats. Cats starting off well defensively. Let's see what the offense can do.
And the Cats get a break. 1st and 10 following the turnover at the 49-yard line. Recovered by Whiteside. Houston in. Hands it to Reese off the right side. He'll pick up 1 or 2 yards on the far side down to the, looks like 49-yard line.
The Red Devils have a very good defense, as they usually do every year. They're very big and they're very fast and they pursue well. So a tough challenge for the Cat offense.
Second and 9. Reese waits, runs down to the 45. Good hustle and second effort again by Reese as he's tackled by a host of Red Devils.
Yeah, again, that was a good push by the Cat offensive line. Croshawn Sellers and Coben Holland, Andrew Bouchard, Joshua Mullen, Zach Stinson, those guys up front, they dictate, that running game. And as long as they're going forward and getting movement, our running game should be in good shape.
Third and 4. Houston hands it off to Knowles on the right side. He's going to be very close depending on the spot. I believe it'll be a little short, Coach, but we should go for it. Depending on the measurement, just depends on where the spot's going to be. Looks like it's right on the edge of the 4, and we may be a foot short.
Yeah, I think you're right, Fox. And let's see if they're going, I don't know if they're going to measure. Number 51, Pate Pritchett, is checked into the offensive line.
And the Cats will line up in the Wildcat. Bad snap. And they'll pick it up, and he's going to run it all the way in for a touchdown, Coach.
Well, that's kind of typifies our football season. There we have a chance to pick up a big first down here early in the ball game, and just one of the basic fundamentals in these offenses everybody runs is that snap. And we, I don't know, we didn't have issues the first 3 games, but last week and already time we've had issues with the snap.
And Chianco comes in to attempt the point after. For Central following the turnover for a touchdown. 7 minutes to go. Hold is down, the kick is up. The kick is good. And Central leads 7-0. And with just over 7 minutes to go following the turnover, Central picked it up for a touchdown. Point after is good, and they lead the Cats 7-0 as they get ready to kick off to the Cats again. Kilo and Falk back deep for the Cats. Chencho will be kicking off again, I believe, as his number comes up. Correction, number 18 will be in. Sparks will be kicking off. And it'll go into the end zone for a touchback. And we've got a penalty flag on the play, and I think we will re-kick.
Will Ford has come close a couple of times already this season, breaking kickoff return for the distance. Maybe this one will be the one.
Dan Sparks will be kicking off from his 35 as Will moves up to the 5. Kilo to the near side of the field at the 10. Another good kick. Going to hit at the 2. Falk will bring it out across the 5, the 10, the 15, the 20. Good speed, cuts it to the right side across the 30 and stopped at the 32-yard line.
Good return from Will Ford. I like his aggressiveness. He went after it and caught it, and I tell you what, he was headed down the field. That was a good play by one of the one of the cover guys for the Red Devils.
And the official mark will be the 31 with 6:57 to go. Into first, Enterprise trailing by 7. Mac Houston stands back at his 25. Reese lines up behind him. Fakes it, gives it to Reese. Hit quickly by number 4, up for about a 3-yard gain.
Yeah, that was a little push by the offensive line. Not a big one, but we did gain some positive yards.
Second and 6 for the Wildcats at their own 34-yard line. And should be coming up on a heat timeout following this play possibly. Wide out to the near side of the field. Houston hands it to Reese, and he's hit quickly back for a loss back at the 30-yard line.
Yeah, we got penetration in the backfield. That's one thing as an offensive line we got to eliminate. That's what we need to be doing on defense. You got to get in the backfield and create some havoc and get some negative plays, and that's exactly what they did to us.
Third and 10, Cats need to get out across 41-yard line for a first down. Houston looks right, throws downfield, has a man at the 40, a first down up across 45, midfield, and out of bounds and hit late.
Yeah, that should have been a flag across the way. I mean, he hit him over there between the white and the green, way out of bounds, and I saw no flag. That is a poor no call, but what a great execution. Good throw, great catch. Good run, first down for the Cats. We needed that.
Watching last Wildcat first down at the 45-yard line of Central. And I was instructed as they went to the booth, no more heat timeouts now, Coach.
Yeah, we probably need it now. We probably didn't need it 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Hands it off to Kilo around the left side. Good move, and he's down to the 42.
Yeah, Kenyon did a good job with wide receiver speed sweep across the field. The Red Devils, they were in great position, and Kenyon did a great job to plan and cut up and get about 3 yards. So he made something out of nothing on that particular play.
Ball marked near hash mark. Second down for Enterprise. 4:39 to go in the first quarter. Moving on the right side, and should be a flag, and don't know if he was drawn off or not. Going to wait for the call.
Yeah, it looked like they were offsides, which would be a big plus for the Cats. Yes, that is the call. Let them make the mistakes. We want them to help us.
Enterprise 2nd and 2. at the 37-yard line. As they come to the line, Kilo goes wide to the far side, Falk to the near side. Blackman at tight end. Single back in the backfield. Takes a snap, fakes it, throws it, and knocked down at the line of scrimmage as number 9 was there to knock it down.
Yeah, if you can't get to the quarterback, that's what your coach to do. Throw those hands up, get in the throwing lane. That's exactly what he did. And I believe that was one of the safeties for the Central that made that play.
Blackman in the Wildcat, pulls it, nope, gives it to the first man. Good fake, but he gave it to him and they stopped it. Brings up 4th down.
Yeah, they had penetration again. They're not, they're not sitting back. They're attacking the line of scrimmage, shooting the gaps, and that's exactly what they did on that play. Just like our quarterback is checked back into the lineup, so the Cats going to give it a go here on this 4th and 3 situation.
And the Cats will go for it, 4th and 3. Needing to get down to the 35-yard line. Houston rolls to the right side, looks out in the flat, throws it, and in and out of the hands of the receiver on the far side. And we will turn the ball over on downs as it was intended for Falk.
Yeah, it looked like to me that Will had a chance to make that play, but also he and Case Blackman were mighty close together on their routes. I don't know if one or both of them messed up, but it appeared to me that we should have made that play, but we did not do that, and the Red Devils will take over.
First and 10 for Central at their own 38-yard line, and a penalty flag on the play. Coleman in shotgun formation, fakes it, looks downfield, throws it, has a man open 4 inside the 45, 40, and finally brought down at the 32-yard line. But a big pickup for Central.
Yeah, that was just one-on-one against our freshman cornerback, and the big wide receiver just ran a deep post route. The quarterback hit him right in stride, and a big play for the Red Devil offense.
First and 10 for Central at the Wildcat 32. Hands it off the right side. Hit just past the line. Looks like he's going to pick up about 4 yards down to the 28. Brings up second down at about 7. Wideouts to each side. Quarterback fakes it. Coleman looks to pass over the middle. Has a man open at the 15. And he's going to have a first down at the 15-yard line of the Wildcats.
I didn't get a real good look at our backers, but the fake appeared to me that brought the backers up, which it normally should because they're looking for the run. And the wide receiver got in behind the linebackers, and the quarterback hit him right in stride.
First down at the Wildcat 16. Coleman again looks to go to the air, throws to the end zone, and incomplete. Good coverage by Sawyer on the far side.
Yeah, that was good coverage on the corner route. The quarterback kind of double pumped, but great job. This would be a time for the Cat defense to step up and force a field goal attempt. That would be a win for the Cat defense. Let's see if we can't do that. Maybe we can get us a turnover right here. But a field goal attempt would be a big win for the Cat defense.
And brings up second down for Central at the Wildcat 16-yard line. 1:38 to go in the first quarter. Central leading 7-0. Following a fumble by the Wildcats, picked it up and ran it in for a touchdown. Coleman hands it off to number 16 for a touchdown. Untouched from the 16-yard line goes Woodhouse.
I saw it. I used to call it a loop. It looked like the right guard had a loop to his left, and made a nice block. And of course, it opened it right in the middle, and the big running back took it into the end zone.
And Janchu comes in to attempt the point after. Hold is down. The kick is up. The kick is good, and Central leads 14-0 here in Enterprise. Score brought to you by Citizens Bank of Enterprise. Also Citizens Bank sponsoring the Chang Gang on our home games. You're watching Enterprise High School football, presented by McDonald's Murphy Family Restaurants of Enterprise on the Wildcat Sports Network. And Sparks getting ready to kick off. Another kick to the far side. Fault will take it at the 1, take it across the 5, the 10, cuts it to the left side, and finally run down from behind at the 21, but a good return. But Central with good speed on the coverage team.
Yeah, that was a good high kick. Will did a good job to get it out. I think he got it across the 20 to about the 21, but that's good coverage by the Red Devil kickoff unit.
And with a temporary hold up brought to you by BTB Wings Bowieville Circle and Dolphin Street for all of your meal needs there. Go by and check them out. Always hot, always good at BTB Wings and Things Bowieville Circle. Pitch goes off the left side, cuts it across 25, 30, and up near the 34-yard line. Knowles with a good carry off the left side.
Yeah, just a little quick pitch to Caleb Knowles. He showed a lot of quickness and speed. Good blocking off the left side. Big first down for the Cats.
First and 10 for the Cats. Hands it off to Knowles, and the defense is in the Wildcat backfield and stopped at the line of scrimmage for no gain.
Yeah, I think that was one of the linebackers shot the gap. We faked the speed sweep to Will Fault, but they didn't go for any kind of fake. They were just shooting the gap to make the play on the running back, and that's exactly what happened. And the first quarter comes to an end here at Wildcat Stadium, Bill Bacon Field.
Central leading 14-0 over the Cats. Once again, want to thank all of our sponsors this year and tonight, Garrett Griffith Agency. For all your insurance needs, go by and see John Michael Ben and Garrett 2 on the corner of Grubbs and Edwards. Also BTV Wings on Bowieval Circle and Dauphin. Napa Auto Parts out on Rucker Boulevard, the Citizens Bank for our scoreboard. And for our away games, of course, State Farm Lee Milner out on Rucker Boulevard and Riverbank and Trust and Enterprise. And as always, Sam Boswell Honda, Buick GMC and Enterprise for providing transportation for the away games. But the next 3 games after this one will be at home. Wildcats will be taking a break next week. And they'd then be back for 3 home games, followed by the last 2 away as they face Smith Station and Choctawhatchee. You're watching Enterprise High School football presented by McDonald's on the Wildcat and FHS Sports Networks.
Freedom and the dignity of the individual have been more available and assured here than in any other place on earth. The price for this freedom at times has been high, but we have never been unwilling to pay that price. Those who say that we're in a time when there are no heroes, they just don't know where to look.
Back to Wildcat Stadium. Fox Formula Law coach Rex Bynum, Ricky Adams, Brian Harvin, and Lance Yarber. Pass over to the right side, but Kilo can't hold on to it. Incomplete, brings up second down.
Yeah, there's that old adage, you can't run with it till you catch it and tuck it away, and that's exactly what Kenyon did not do on that particular play.
And brings up 3rd and 10 as the Cats need to get out to the 45-yard line. The line of scrimmage is the 35. Houston shotgun formation from the 30. Gets pressure, throws it out in the flats, almost intersected, and I believe it's going to be offensive pass interference, but I think that is also a smart play, Coach, because I think he would have picked that one off and ran it back for a touchdown.
You're probably right, Fox. We'll see the call. Yeah, that's exactly right. I wouldn't be surprised if they don't. Was that against them? Yep. Okay. We might have got a break on that. We'll take it, though. Yep.
And 1st and 10 for the Wildcats at midfield. Reese keeps it himself, picks up 3 yards.
Yeah, we fake the speed sweep, just quarterback keeper out of the Wildcat.
Ball in the middle of the field on the E here at Bill Bacon Field in Enterprise. 2nd and 8, 11-12 to go in the first half. Central leading 14-0. Wide outs to each side of the field. Houston, the quarterback. Reese lines up to his left. Mack takes a snap, looks downfield, throws it long, and incomplete, overthrows his man down the left side.
Yeah, we tried a little stop and go, and but it didn't fool the cornerback. Mack Houston tried to get it out to Will on the go route, but the defender was in good position.
And it's going to bring up third down. Pitch goes off the right side, respins, hit at the 48, no gain, brings up fourth down.
Yeah, it's like we're going to get some yardage, but their pursuit they're just too fast for us. Made the play right at the line of scrimmage.
And Will Martin comes in to kick. Punt for the Wildcats. Brown back deep, the return man at the 10-yard line. Low kick. It's going to hit and stop at the 21, and Central will start first and 10. Fakes, throws long, has a man down the left side of the field, and number 4 is there, makes the catch, and he's going to take it all the way for a Central touchdown as Mike Bass makes the catch over the Wildcat defender and takes it all the way for a Central touchdown.
That was just a great play by the Central offense. We were in good position, but their receiver just so much bigger than our cornerback. It was a battle for the football, and the bigger guy and the stronger guy won the battle.
Shianchu comes in to attempt the point after once again, as Abe Hatmaker will be holding. Hatmaker is also the punter for Central. Good snap, hold is down, the kick is up. And the kick is good. And with 9:55 to go in the half, Central leads Enterprise 21-0. And Sparks kicking off for Central. And this one's going to be fielded at the 3-yard line by Fought. Takes it down across 20, 25, 30. Cuts it back to the left side. Gets outside to the 45. Midfield, 40, 35, 30, 20. Inside the 10 and finally brought down at the 8-yard line, but a great return by Will Fought as he turned on the Afterburners as he broke loose down the right side, cutting it to the left, and finally run down inside the 5-yard line.
Fought, you called it exactly right. I tell you, Will, he's just got, a lot of guys have that knack on returning kickoffs or punts, and he's very aggressive. And I'm telling you, as you said, he showed great speed, and then when he got in the open, I think he added a little to that speed, and of course it took their great speed to run him down inside the 10-yard line.
.940 left to go in the first half. Central leading 21-0. Cats first and 10. Inside the 10 at the 8-yard line, or first and goal, I should say. Blackman in the Wildcat. standing back at 14, takes it off the right side, cuts it back inside. Good second effort. Ball comes loose. Picked up by Turner. Touchdown, Wildcats. And I believe they're going to call him down, Coach, inside the 10.
Yeah, I thought I saw the ball pop out. It looked like there was a scramble for it. I don't know exactly why they would have blown it dead, but obviously they did. They marking it, looks like about the 7-yard line.
And the Cat offense coming back on. As Knowles comes back in, Houston back in for the Cats. Just over 9 minutes to go in the first half. Back to throw, throws it around in the middle to Blackman. Touchdown Wildcats as Cates found a open spot. Low throw, but a great catch by Cates Blackman. Turned and took it into the end zone.
Yeah, that was a great call, great execution. Cates Blackman, he's a good receiver right in that area between the backers. And Mac Houston had time to find him, and he did. And the Cats reaped the benefit of that great kickoff return from Will Fault and cashed in with a touchdown.
Hold is down, the kick is up, and the kick is good. And with 9:02 to go in the first half, Central leads 21-7 here in Enterprise. Watching Enterprise High School football presented by McDonald's, Murphy Family Restaurants of Enterprise on the Wildcat NFHS Sports Networks. And a short kick to the far side of the field, taken at the 23, cuts it across the 30, 35 up near the 37, and Central will start first and 10.
Yeah, another good pooch kick. We're still not quite getting it high enough. I mean, they're getting good returns. Again, that would have been a great opportunity for a try an onside kick. You know, you got a chance to get it, and even if we don't get it, if the ball crosses the 50 and say gets to about their 45, and we don't get it, looks like we're only be giving up about 7-8 yards. But you know, when you try an onside kick, you've got a chance to get it.
First and 10, Coleman back at the 32-yard line. Dual wideouts come to the near side of the field. Single back in the backfield. Fakes, looks downfield, throws it across the middle, has a man open, incomplete. As he was open, as he broke coverage, Coach, and the Cats get a break, second down.
Yeah, that was that deep post route that they ran earlier, and for a big gainer. And the quarterback just missed him on that play. Big break for the Cats. We may not be able to shoot the gap. I'm looking at that big offensive line for Central. We may have to stump coming off the edge, but I think we need to try to figure out some way, if it's a loop in or inside or outside, to put some pressure on that quarterback.
Yet again, trips out to the near side of the field. Coleman fakes it again, looks across the middle, has a man open, intercepted this time by the Wildcats. I believe that's going to be number 29, takes it down the far side, and he's out of bounds inside the 30-yard line.
Yeah, I believe that's Walker Turner. That's trying to get his number. Yes, he did a great job. He kind of read that route. I think that was one they had run earlier when he had the linebackers had come up and they hit the receiver behind him, but Walker would have none of that this time. Said, fool me once, but not twice. Big turnaround for the Cats.
And Enterprise will go into the Wildcat formation with Reese back deep. Reese standing back at the 36-yard line, takes a snap, throws it back, throws it down the line. Mine open and drops it incomplete. Oh, he was open, coach, and just threw it a little short.
Yeah, I like the call. Those are the kind of plays we need to be doing. We just got to execute them. He had him open. He got to get it on down there.
Second and 10 for the Cats. Kilo out to the near side, Font to the far side. Houston back at the 35, hands it off to Reese. Hit quickly as he crosses the line of scrimmage, maybe pick up one or two, brings up third down.
We've had some success with Case Blackman or Braden Cook right in the middle of the field between the linebackers, finding that soft zone. Be a good time to hit a big play here and pick up this first down.
Third down for the Cats. Need to get down to the 20 for a first down. Man in motion. Ball comes to this side. Houston looks, throws. Caught by Kilo, and he's down to the 16, and he'll have enough for another Wildcat. Watson Glass, first down.
Yeah, nice end cut from Kenyon Kilo. Good throw from Mac Houston. Of course, he had time, and the time gives credit to the offensive line for giving him that time. So that was a big play, pick up that first down.
Mac. First down at the 16-yard line for the Cats. 7:19 to go, 21-7, brought to you by Citizens Bank of Enterprise. Reese lines up on the left side, hands it off to Reese, follows a block. Good defense, nowhere to go as he stopped at the line of scrimmage for no gain.
Yeah, I had a good look at their pursuit. Their backside defensive end just pursued right down the line of scrimmage. And the play side group did not give any ground at all. And, of course, they held him right at the line of scrimmage. Good job by the Red Devil defensive front.
Second and 10, near hash mark, moving left to right. Font goes in motion, fakes it to Font. Looks down, gets pressure, cuts to the left side, hit quickly and brought down for a loss. And penalty flags come out. And I believe it's going to be a personal foul. I don't know that it was helmet to helmet, coach. Didn't see it.
Yeah, and then we'll see what the call is. I thought Matt was trying to dump the ball off to Will Font, who was kind of opening as a safety valve to his left, but he wisely kept the football. And let's see what the call is on this penalty.
Second down now, Coach, inside the 10. And about 2 to go. Blackman's going to take it down to the 7-yard line.
Yeah, he's close to first down yardage. It looks like the official is spotting it a little bit short. Now I think I see the referee signaling first down. And that is going to be first and goal for the Cats.
And Cates picks up a first down, brought to you by Watson Glass and Enterprise. As the Cats are first and goal at the 7. Cates Blackman shotgun formation, standing back at the 11. And I believe we got a movement, and penalty goes against Wildcats. Coach, I believe we're going to have to take a hunter safety course on this shooting ourselves in the foot.
Yeah, we've been pretty good at that last couple of weeks. Maybe we can overcome it right on this play.
Trips out to the far side. Houston in. Fumbles the ball, and he's going to be sacked back at the 18-yard line. Second and goal now from the 19-yard line. And a timeout on the field. And with a timeout on the field, Central leads 21-7 with 4 minutes to go in this first half here at Wildcat Stadium. Watching Enterprise High School football presented by McDonald's, Murphy Family Restaurants of Enterprise on the Wildcat and FHS Sports Networks. And welcome back, Wildcat fans, to Bill Bacon Field. Wildcat Stadium as Central leads 21-7. 4.5 minutes to go in the first half. Cats second and goal from the 19-yard line following the fumble to sack. Come back on the field. Coach Rex Bryan along with Fox Fleming. Rick Howard running the clock. Ricky Adams with the stats coming up at halftime. With a halftime show brought to you by High Point. Blackman shifts over to the right, Knowles to the right, and a penalty flag on the play. Wildcats second and goal at the 14. Trips to the far side. Font, Kilo, and Blackman. Houston throws to the end zone, has Blackman open. Touchdown, Wildcats. Gage Blackman found an open spot in the paint.
Yeah, I didn't get to look at the route. It appeared it might have been a wheel route or a corner route. I couldn't tell, but he did come open, and Mac Houston put it right on the money. And the Cats overcame some mistakes down here in the red zone to put a touchdown on the board.
Yeah, with 4:22 to go in the half, Wildcats score on a pass from Mac Houston to Cates Blackman as we await the extra point by Rocha. Houston holding, kick is up, kick is good. Yeah, the Wildcats trail 21-14 here at home. You're watching Enterprise High School football presented by McDonald's, Murphy Family Restaurants of Enterprise across Southeast Alabama, Northwest Florida. And also McDonald's #2 on the Boll Weevil Circle at Brookwood coming soon on the Wildcat NFHS Sports Network. And Ware goes back deep. His boat right. Pooch kicks to the center of the field. Ware takes it out to 22, out across the 25, takes it around the right side, makes one miss out across the 40, and out of bounds up near midfield. But a good return by Central as Cats missed a tackle, and he picked up about extra 15 yards.
Yeah, right, Fox. We kind of kicked that one in no man's land. That was just good return material, and that's exactly what they did. And when you miss a tackle, that adds additional yardage. But give credit to the Cat offense. We took advantage of the turnover, and even though we made a couple of mistakes, we were able to hit a big play and get it in the end zone. Now the defense needs to hold them right here and force a punt and give us a chance to, before they have to put another touchdown on the board.
Coleman keeps it off the left side. He's got some running room across midfield and down to the Wildcat 45-yard line.
Yeah, great execution on the zone read. We need to have somebody on the running back, somebody assigned to the quarterback. I'm sure the defensive coaches worked on that during the week, so everybody's got to do their job, do their assignment.
Get off the right side. Tries to get outside. Penalty flag comes in back at the 48. He's going to be stopped at the line of scrimmage for little or no gain. Brings up third down, but we'll wait on the call.
Yeah, it was holding. I had a good look at the referee.
Coleman back to pass, complete. Down the left side, breaks a tackle inside Wildcat territory at the 48 before he's finally brought down.
Yeah, just a little quick screen out to the flanker. Good job of blocking by one of their wideouts. And our guy from the inside, I don't know if that was the safety or the linebacker, came out to make the play.
Third and 6 for Central. Near hash mark as they're moving right to left. Trips out to the far side. Man comes in motion. Coleman in shotgun formation from his own 46-yard line. Fakes it, looks downfield, runs to the left, looks again, throws it long, and out of bounds. No flag, and brings up fourth down.
Yeah, good coverage down the field by the Wildcat secondary. The quarterback looked like he pumped, was going to throw deep, but nobody was open. He tried to scramble around, throw it, but we had good coverage, and looks like they have brought in the punt unit. We need to be sure they punt it. A little over 2 minutes to go here before the half. Cats still have a couple of timeouts, so if we can get the ball back, our offense, particularly our throwing game, is going very well right now.
And Gardner goes back deep for the Wildcats. Hatmaker's punting from his 38. Kicks it off the left side. Dunn will let it bounce and go out of bounds, or takes a roll and goes inside the 10 and then down to the 5. And the Wildcats start at the 2 or 3 yard line, and a great punt, but looked like it was going out of bounds and took that central bounce.
Yeah, that was a good job. Got a good bounce off the turf.
That was a Devil's kick.
Yeah, that was a Devil's kick. Cats need to hit a big play, get off the goal line here. Still got plenty of time.
Wildcats show shotgun formation. Looked like going to be in a Wildcat formation as Houston has come over to the right side. Cates Blackman will be in the Wildcat. Bad snap. Cates is going to pick it up and take it out of the end zone for a touchback. And with the safety coach, Central will go up 23-14, and the Cats will kick with just over 2 minutes to go in his first half. And Gavin Boatwright to come in to kick, as Ware will be back deep for Central. Standing at his 30-yard line, 2:01 to go. Central leads 23-14. And again, a pooch kick fielded at the 35, out across the 40. 45 cuts it back inside, and finally brought down up near the 48-yard line as Central starts 1st and 10 with 1:54 to go in this half.
Yeah, not a bad job by the kickoff unit. We held them. They didn't cross midfield, which is good after the safety. The Devils have plenty of time, just a little under 2 minutes, but they have all 3 of their timeouts.
Coleman drops back to pass, gets pressure, eludes one off the left side, got some running room, gets around the corner, and taken out of bounds at the 47-yard line of the Wildcats.
Yeah, good job again by the Wildcats secondary, but you got to give credit to their quarterback. He couldn't find an open receiver, and he's a very good athlete, and he was able to break containment and pick up a good yardage on that first down play.
Second down at the 47-yard line of the Wildcats. Coleman from the shotgun on his own 48, drops back, throws it over the middle, nobody's there, incomplete, brings up 3rd down.
Yeah, we had a little pressure on the quarterback. I think he had to get rid of it really before he wanted to, and that's that's the kind of stuff we need to be doing defensively.
Be a good time for the Napa know-how stop on defense, coach. Third down as Central needs to get down to the Wildcat 42 for a first down. 1:39 to go in the first half. Central up 23-14, brought to you by Citizens Bank. Bobby Coleman back at his own 48, single back to his left side, drops back to pass, throws it over the middle, has a man open and complete at the 30 for a first down.
Yeah, look, to me, they had 2, if not 3 receivers right in the same area. Again, you think that would be good coverage by the Cats, but he found one of the 3, and they picked up a big yardage for that first down.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line of the Cats, 1:24 to go. Coleman again back to pass, gets pressure, and he's stopped as he's brought down by, I believe, Woodall, and sacked back at the 39-yard line.
Yeah, well, great. That's a great defensive call, great execution from Hayes Woodall. I think that's where we need to put the pressures from the outside, because that big offensive line is not allowing us to shoot the gaps.
And again, as we have time, I'd like to thank all of our sponsors this year. Garrett Griffin Agency, also Watson Glass, Napa Auto Parts out on Record Boulevard, Riverbank for our away games, also State Farm, Lee Milner for our away games, Citizens Bank for the scoreboard. Also Citizens Bank takes care of the chain gang. And BTB Wings on the Circle and Enterprise. And of course, McDonald's. Murphy Family Restaurants of Enterprise has been a supporter of Wildcat football for a long, long time, and now building McDonald's number 2 over at Brookwood. And Central comes back on the field. Line of scrimmage, the 39-yard line, second down. And about 19 or 20. Wide outs to each side of the field. Bobby Coleman, the quarterback. Shotgun formation from the 45. Drops back. Looks downfield. Has a man open and incomplete. Just off his right hand. Threw it a little high. Brings up third down.
Yes, he was open, Fox, as you said, but the throw was a little high. I was hoping it hit off his hands. Go up, one of our safeties would be able to make an interception, but that was not the case.
Another big third down play. Coleman throws it, has a man completed the 35, breaks one tackle, 30, 25, 20, inside the 15, and he'll pick up a first down for the Red Devils, as Avert was the reception and first down maker for the Red Devils.
Yeah, we were a little soft in coverage, just a little quick out, and we were in position to make a play, but their athletic ability and speed enabled them to pick up big yardage.
Yeah, 1 minute to go. First and 10 for Central at the Wildcat 13-yard line. Coming up at halftime show, Ricky Adams, brought to you by North. First and 10 from the 13. Once again, coming up at halftime. Ricky Adams, High Point Church, over on the northwest side of Enterprise on the corner. Again, two wideouts to the far side of the field. Coleman back at the 18, throws it to the end zone, and incomplete. No flag, as I think the receiver just didn't turn around quick enough, Coach. Got a break on that one.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right. It'll be interesting to see if Coach Turner decides to dial up a little pressure again from the outside.
Second down. Hands it off the left side. Nobody's there. Touchdown Central.
Cats must have been looking for the pass, and they came with a running game. And as you said, Fox, nobody was there. That's just a little bit too easy, but the Red Devils take advantage of it and put another touchdown on the board.
And Chiancho will be attempting point after for Central as we await the snap. Good snap. Hold is down. The kick is up. The kick is good as Hatmaker is doing the holding, I believe. And Central leads 30-14 with under a minute to play here in the first half. Scoreboard brought to you by Citizens Bank of Enterprise. We'll be back with the kickoff. You're listening and watching the Enterprise High School football presented by McDonald's, Murphy Family Restaurants of Enterprise, and across Southeast Alabama, Northwest Florida on the Wildcat and FHS Sports Networks. Sparks kicking off, and a good kick. It's going to be fielded at the 3-yard line by Font. Font gets down across the 15. Ball comes loose, picked up by Central, kicks it around, and they're going to recover it inside the Wildcat 10. And they're going to be in good shape going into half with under a minute to go, Coach.
Yeah, they're still trying to uncover who's got the football. I think the Cats got back on it.
Yeah, the Cats start first and 10 at the 5-yard line. 40 seconds to go in this half. And they're going to take a knee and not risk anything. And as I think Central calls a timeout. And we'll take a BTB Wings timeout for refueling as the Cats come to the sideline. Central leading 30-14 here in Enterprise. You're watching Enterprise High School football presented by McDonald's, Murphy Family Restaurants of Enterprise across Southeast Alabama, Northwest Florida. The Wildcat and FHS Sports Networks. Bad snap. Hand it off, and going to be a safety.
Yeah, Fox, they just attacking the line of scrimmage, and it looked like we were just kind of standing around. And they certainly don't need our help, but again, we seem to be very generous again this week. And the Cats gets ready to kick off with just under half a minute to go. Pooch kick to the near side, taking it to 45. 14 takes it across midfield and finally stopped down near the 46-yard line, as Central will have 46 seconds with 46-yard line and about 22 seconds to go in the half, as Lowe was return man for Central. They've hit that number 4 on a deep post route one time, and they just missed him another time. He's down here toward our sideline. We'll see if they try that again here right before the half. Trips out to the far side. Goldman takes it, throws it across the middle, complete down inside the 45, picks up about 3 yards.
Enterprise State, opening doors to opportunity. Opportunity is more than a word. It's a way of life at Enterprise State.
Thanks to ESCC, I was able to get my LPN and then advance to my RN, and now I'm able to make a difference in my patients' lives every single day.
Enterprise State, opening doors to opportunity.
Back at Wildcat Stadium, Fox for me, along with Coach Rex Bynum. Second down for the Red Devils. Coleman back to pass, throws it across the middle to number 4, throws it behind him, incomplete. Brings up third down.
Yeah, it seems to me like the Red Devils may be doing us a favor throwing these short underneath routes. I keep thinking they're going to throw one deep, and of course that may be coming right here on this third down.
You know, Coach, you jinked us last time we talked about something like this.
Well, I'm just calling it what I see.
You're being a realist. Coleman back to pass, looks down, fakes it, pulls it down. He's going to run it inside the 40, 35, and run down from behind and stopped about the 35-yard line.
Yeah, that was good coverage down the field by the Cat secondary. Quarterback again. Good athlete, was able to scramble around. And I guess that'll run it out. They couldn't stop the clock.
And we'll be back shortly with our halftime show with Ricky Adams, brought to you by High Point Church on the Circle in Enterprise. Enterprise falling behind early, but hanging in for a little while. 32-14 is your score as we go to halftime, as the Red Devil Band gets ready to come out and perform, followed by the Wildcat Band. We'll be back with Ricky Adams shortly for our halftime show. You're watching and listening to Enterprise High School football, presented by McDonald's, Murphy Family Restaurants of Enterprise, on the Wildcat at FHS Sports Networks.
Parks, you ready for Ricky? He's got him ready.
It's halftime here at Wildcat Stadium with the Central High Red Devils ahead of the Wildcats in a big Region 2 7A matchup. It's 32-14 in favor of the visitors, whose band is playing now. For the Red Devils, 11 first downs, 10 rushing attempts for 55 yards. They were 8 of 17 passing for 182 yards, and they had 1 interception. But they had 237 yards in total offense in the first half. They punted once for 46 yards, were penalized 8 times for 70 yards. For the Wildcats, 5 first downs, 20 rushing attempts for 17 yards, 4 of 10 passing for 59 yards, giving us 74 yards of offense in the first half. We punted once, 27 yards. We were penalized 3 times for 20 yards, and I believe in the second quarter we lost 2 of 5 fumbles, the way I was counting.
That's probably right, Rick. We have, again, we've helped them out, and the help that they don't necessarily need.
We've had some big plays in the first half. A fumble recovery by Gavin Whiteside in the first quarter. Well fought with an 89-yard kickoff return. And Walker Turner with an interception. The scoring went like this, mostly for the Central High Red Devils, it looks like, with 7:03 to play in the first quarter. They took a 7-0 lead on a 38-yard fumble recovery by Marquise Cooper. Jack, I'm going to give this one a try. Ciancio added the Pat 7-0 with a minute 33 to go in the first quarter. A 5-play, 62-yard drive ended with a 16-yard run by Sean Woodhouse. And the point after made it 14-0 in the second period with 9:33. A 79-yard run pass from Bobby, whatever his name is. What is that boy's name? Bobby Coleman Jr. to Mike Bass, 79 yards. Added the point, 21-0. Then following the big kickoff return, we had a 2-play, 8-yard drive. Mac Houston to Cates Baldwin, and Jose Roca kicked the point, making it 21-7, and then that's when things started to look up for a moment. We ended an 8-play, 30-yard drive. Moments later, Mac Houston to Cates Blackman on a 14-yard touchdown pass. Roca's conversion made it 21-14 with 4:22 to go in the half. Then they recorded the safety, putting them up 23-14 with 2:01 to play, and then let's see, they got another safety. That made it, what, 26? No. Anyway, it's 32.
They got a touchdown and then
a touchdown and then a safety.
Yeah.
They got a touchdown on Woodhouse running 13 yards, and then they got the safety to bring it to 32-14. That's what somebody said. With no time left in the first half. So, Rex, these people, I know you've mentioned it, but these people do not need our help.
Yeah, I'm just, I don't know exactly what's happening. We seem, at times we're playing very well. We were right here in the ball game, and, we got a fumble recovery, had an interception. We hit some big pass plays, but, errant snaps, and we backed ourselves up, and we need to come up with some kind of plan. I don't know if Coach Blackman has ever coached a quarterback under center, but particularly in a short yardage situation or down on the goal line, getting under center and a quarterback sneak with wedge blocking is a pretty safe play. It used to be. I mean, if it's executed properly, you ought at least to get a yard, maybe more.
I remember reading years ago where, I don't know the exact wording, but it was something like the most fundamental first big play in football is the snap from the center to the quarterback or the ball handler.
Well, I've often said the key player on any offense, if you have a good offense, it's the center. If he is good snapping the football and blocking, I mean, you should have an exceptional offense. And I'm not trying to downgrade our center. Mistakes happen, but it seems like it didn't happen. I don't remember the first 3 games that we had an errant snap, but last week and this week it seems like we've had more than what we need. If you're going to run this kind of offense, I mean, you can't be worried about getting a snap if you're going to try to run a spread offense. If that gets to be a problem, I mean, put him under center and get that handoff, because it's tough enough to win when you're making, when you're not hurting yourself, and the Cats have certainly hurt themselves tonight.
Yeah, and Central High, they're not accustomed to losing football games, especially in Coffee County, Alabama anymore. So, like we said, and keep pounding them across, we don't need to help these folks. They're ready to do for themselves, as the 32-14 score at halftime indicates. They have not played all that well offensively compared to what we sort of thought they would do to start with.
Rick, you're exactly right. We've kind of played with them. I have not been overly impressed with them. I mean, that's not, again, the same thing bad about them. And they got a good football team. They're talented. But we at times we played right there with them. Except for they picked up that fumble and ran it in. So we actually just gave them one. So it could have easily been, we could have held them. That would have been 14. and then take away the two safeties that we're giving them. I mean, we're right here in this football game, and we're not out of it yet. We have an opportunity here in the second half to, if we can eliminate those mistakes and make some big plays. You know, we had that double reverse pass open that we missed.
Right.
You know, when we get those plays like that, you got to execute them and put them in the end zone. And so at times we have done some good things, but at times we have not. We've done some things not so well.
Well, these are young players feeling their way in 7A football because our region is tough and shows all kind of signs that it's going to get tougher. I'm thinking, you know, probably the next 7A school will likely be Pike Road, and then there's big talk about the split in the high schools in Auburn, and they have the student population at Auburn High School to field 2 7A schools. So, you know, it's a growing town, and it's we're gonna have to grow with them somehow or another as an athletic program, not just in football, but we got to be able to play and ready to play with the big boys because they're coming.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Ricky. And again, the Cats are playing with them when we're playing our good Wildcat football and doing the fundamentals correctly and all. I've been impressed with the way we've played tonight, but at times we've looked like a junior high team handling the football.
Well, the Central Band's leaving the field, which must mean that since we're playing at home, the Enterprise Wildcat Big Blue Marching Band is taking the field. So, folks, kick back and enjoy it.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Superintendent Dr. Zell Thomas, Principal Stan Sauls, and Enterprise High School, we proudly present the Big Blue Marching Band. The band is under the field direction of drum majors Brewer Box, Karen Wingard, and Braden Willett. Tonight, the band will be performing their 2025 halftime show, which features the music from Rit, the Musical, Huey Lewis and the News, The Emotions, Natalie Cole, Rihanna, and the B-52s. Performing their 2025 show, Fall in Love, the Enterprise High School Big Blue Marching Band. the Enterprise High School Big Blue Marching Band.
You enjoyed, I hope, the stylings of the Enterprise Big Blue Wildcat Marching Band. Rex, I sort of had my eye on one of those color guard members. It looks a lot like my granddaughter Lacey Riley for some reason. I think she's the captain of that outfit this year.
Well, that's great, Ricky. I tell you what, it's good for young folks to be out doing things and wear color guard in the band, on the football team, cheerleaders. Our granddaughter's in the 9th grade. She's a JV cheerleader, and she gets to cheer at the home varsity game. So, it's just good to get out and watch youngins do things.
Well, we got over 100 on the football team, 306 in the band. I don't know how many cheerleaders and people in ROTC and all the other sports. There's a lot available besides going to school over here in classes.
You're exactly. If there's something that you want to do that you're interested in, you can probably find it here at Enterprise High School, and that's a great thing. You know, it's great that you've got opportunities to do those kind of things. Plus, you get a good education too.
32-14. That's a big mountain to climb, but it could be worse, but should be closer.
Well, I think the good news, we are going to get the football to start the second half, and as I'm the old coach. We need to take it, put it in the end zone, make a statement here to start this second half. We can play with this bunch if we don't make mistakes and hurt ourselves. I think we can play with them. Be nice to have a big upset tonight here in Wildcat Stadium, Bill Bacon Field.
Yeah, it'd be a good birthday present for somebody's about to have a big birthday soon.
He sure is. I'm telling you what.
He's going to be, what, 86?
Yeah, well, pretty close to it, 3/4 of a century. I mean, Ted, that's kind of mind-boggling. You think about it.
You've had some rough years.
I have, I was thinking the other day, I remember the first time I ever saw a color television. I think it was the Sugar Bowl. I forgot what year, New Year's Day. One of my buddies, he was the first family in town to have a color television. He invited me over to watch the Sugar Bowl.
Times have changed.
Times have changed.
One thing that hadn't changed lately, though, the voice of the Wildcats, probably in there somewhere, maybe eating or taking a nap, but Fox, it's over to you.
And welcome back to Wildcat Stadium for the second half. Central leading 32-14 over the Cats here at home, as they'll be kicking off to the Wildcats. Ball and Kilo back deep. Sparks kicking off. And a good high kick. Going to be fielded at the 3-yard line by Will Font. Out across the 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Breaks it to the right side, 40, and finally brought down up near the 41-yard line. But a great return by senior Will Font.
I'm telling you what, I like the way he returns that football. Of course, that was a good kick to return, and he's very aggressive with it. He found that seam, and he turned on the Jets. And what a weapon that is. Cats starting in great position here in the second half.
First and 10 for the Cats. Mac Houston, shotgun formation from the 35. Jarrell Reese lines up to his left. Looks to throw, and penalty flag on the far side. And offside Central. Moves the ball out to the 46, first and 5. Once again, Citizens Bank scoreboard 32-14. Dual wide out to the near side of the field. Hand off to Reese around the right side. Cuts it out across the 45. Breaks one tackle, but nowhere to go. They hold him to no gain, brings up second down.
Yeah, he never could find a crease in there. The Central defense just a little too quick, pursuit too good. Just ran him right down the line of scrimmage until they made the play.
Second and 5 for the Cats. Reese lines up behind Houston, hands it off the right side. He'll be down inside the 50. Good second effort, cuts it back inside the 45, and finally brought down at the 43-yard line, but picks up a Wildcat. Watson Glass, first down.
Yes, and what a great job by the Wildcat offensive line. Good surge that time, and Jarrell Reese, I'll tell you what, he picked up not only the first down, he got additional yardage when they made contact with him. Good hard running. That's a good play for the Cats.
Lyles making the stop for Central. First and 10 for the Cats. Throws it across the middle, complete. And I believe that was Will inside the 35.
Yeah, just a little in cut from Will Fall, just a timing route. And Mac Houston had time to find him, made a good throw, and another first down for the Cats.
And a Watson Glass Wildcat first down at the 33. Ball comes to the near side. Cates Blackman in the slot. Kilo to the far side. Jarrell Reese to the right side of Houston. Hand off to Reese off the left side, and he's going to be out of bounds down near the 30-yard line. Brings up second down.
Yeah, we got a couple of yards on that play, maybe 3. That's a pretty good play on first down for the Cats.
Second down at the 30-yard line for Enterprise, near hash mark, moving right to left. Fakes, Houston rolls out, gets pressure, and he's going to throw it late. How he got rid of the ball, Coach, as they were all over him. Great throw and effort by Mac Houston.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I'm glad he was able to get rid of it. Plus, he threw it when nobody could make a play on it, particularly the Red Devils.
Houston again gets pressure. Complete to Reese inside the 25 down to the 21-yard line.
Yeah, that's enough for a first down. That was a great job by Mac Houston. They had pressure. They had a stun on, and Jarrell Reese released, and Mac found him picked up that first down.
Got another Wildcat Watson Glass first down at the 21. Near hash mark. Houston drops back, throws over the middle. It's going to be a fight for the ball. It's going to be an interception, but we'll see who comes up with it. And I believe he took it away. Cook struggled with the ball and came up with it, Coach. Cook, right?
That's 17, Braden Cook.
And good effort to hold on to the ball by Cook as a defensive back had it too. He came up with it.
Well, that's good. That's give him good credit for that, to battle him and get that football. That was our football. We want it. We want to play with it.
Will comes out to the near side. Again, hands it off right up the middle inside the 15. Gnaws the carrier and brings up third down.
Yeah, tough going in the middle there on that particular play.
Taking ball.
We've had some success throwing to Case Blackman down here in the red zone. Hit him once, in the middle for a touchdown, and it looked like either a corner or a wheel route. I couldn't tell exactly what he ran, but Mac Houston found him. It'd be a good time to duplicate one of those two plays.
Knowles in the backfield with Mac Houston. Again, fakes it to Knowles, looks, throws to the end zone, has fault, and overthrows out of the end of the end zone, brings up fourth down.
Yeah, I think Mac just kind of threw that one away. Couldn't find anybody open. I was just thinking if we didn't make that first down, what Coach Blackman would do, and this looks like he has brought out the field goal unit.
Rocha in to attempt a 33-yard field goal. The hold is down. The kick is up. And the kick is good. Great shot by Rocha as the Cats get on the board. 32-17 is your score with 7:40 to go in the third. Watching Enterprise High School football. Brought to you by McDonald's and the Wildcat at FHS Sports Networks. Back at Wildcat Stadium, Bill Bacon Field, Fox from me along with Rex Bynum, Ricky Adams, Rick Howard, Lance Yarber, and Brian Harvin as the Cats kick off. Another pooch kick to the near side, fielded at the 24, taken back across the field, and breaks one tackle, gets around the corner across the 30, 35, 40, cuts it inside, and finally falls down. But I believe he goes out of bounds on the far side, Coach.
Yeah, I think it looks like they're marking him at the 39-yard line. That wasn't, again, it was a pretty good pooch kick. It would have been nice if it had been a little higher. They're able to return those kicks. If we could get it a little higher, maybe they could signal for a fair catch. But pretty good starting position for the Red Devils.
First and 10 from the 39-yard line for Central, leading 32-17, brought to you by Citizens Bank. Dual wideouts come to the near side of the field. Quarterback fakes it, throws it across on the left side. He's got a man across midfield, and it should be enough for another Central first down.
Yeah, that's just a little stop route, timing route. Probably went down about 12 or 11 yards, somewhere past the chain, and the quarterback hit him right in stride for a first down.
First and 10 for Central. Duel on line out to the near side of the field. Fakes it, throws it long, has a man open down the far side, and incomplete as he had the defender beat, Coach, but just missed him by a couple of inches.
Yeah, that kind of a mismatch across the way, that big, tall receiver and our short defensive back. And as you said, he had a step on him, but you got to put it right on the money, and they were unable to do so.
Second and 10 from the 49-yard line. Throws it long again open, and almost intercepted. No flag.
Yeah, that flag just came out, Fox. I think they're going to call us for interference.
I was going to say we got a break, but we didn't. We almost got a break. And it looked like our defender never turned around, never turned his head.
Yeah, he I think he did interfere with him, but that may not be a bad thing, because if he doesn't, he may go for a touchdown.
And we've got another one at the 50-yard line.
Yeah, offsetting penalties. I didn't see what it was against them, but it's offsetting, which is a break for the Cats. They had an ineligible receiver downfield.
Second and 10 for the Enterprise defense. Central at the 49-yard line of the Wildcats, leading 32-17, 7:14 to go in the third. Gives it to his back around the left side, and he should be enough for a first down on the far side. Tackled about the 39-yard line as Woodhouse is taken down out of bounds.
Yeah, that was a good executed play, well executed play by the Red Devils. Had a lead blocker out. Whoever made our tackle did a very good job. It looks like they're going to mark it about a foot short of first down.
Third and a foot. Fakes it, throws it across the middle, has a man open at the 26. And he's going to outrun the defender into the end zone for a Central touchdown.
Well, that's a great call by the offensive coaches for Central at third and a foot. You think they're going to run it right to get pick up that first down, and he just hit a quick slant. He beat our corner, and then the safety's angle was so bad that he was kind of going against the grain, and the tremendous speed for the receiver for the Red Devils was no match for the Cat defense, and he did take it into the end zone.
And the extra point kicker, Chancho, comes in to attempt the point after for Central. As we await the snap, good snap, hold is down, the kick is up, and the kick is good, and Central leads 39-17 with 6:28 to go in the third. You're watching Enterprise High School football, presented by McDonald's, Murphy Family Restaurants of Enterprise on the Wildcat at FHS Sports Network. And as Sparks gets ready to kick off for Central, Kilo and Fault back deep. And this one's going to go into the end zone for a touchback. Wildcats start first and 10 at the 20.
I'm sure the Red Devil coaches and fans across the way were breathing a sigh of relief that that one went in the end zone, that Will Fault didn't get his hands on it.
And mentioning Coach Crock on his 60th birthday, Enterprise coach. Helps with about everything. 1st and 10. It hit quickly as he crossed the 20 up to the 21.
And we tried to establish a little speed sweep with Kenyon Kilo, our wide receiver. I think he did a good job. They would have strung it out probably for no game. He saw just a grunt of a crease and turned it up, picked up a yard.
Second and 9 for the Cats from the near hash mark, moving right to left. 5:54 to go in the third, trailing 39-17 here at home. Houston throws and incomplete. Good defensive play. He timed that one right, Coach.
Yeah, that was a bang-bang play. I thought for just a split second we were going to hang on to it, but it did fall incomplete.
Third down, Cats needed to cross the 30 for a first down. Looks long, nobody there, Coach.
Yeah, some kind of miscommunication on the route, which is not a good thing on 3rd and 10.
And the punting team will come on for the Wildcats. Will Martin doing the punting. Brown back deep. Good snap. And Martin gets it off. Flag comes out as he was hit. And knocked out of bounds on the far side. And it's going to be a personal foul. And that's going to be a first down, Coach, I believe. And I believe we got one on the other side, probably for a hit out of bounds, Coach. And after the interpretation, first down Wildcats as the ball will be placed at the 36-yard line.
Yeah, Cats caught a break right there. We need to take advantage of that break.
First and 10 for the Cats. Mac Houston. Hands it off, nowhere to go, hit quickly, maybe a 1-yard gain.
It looked like they had a stunt from the outside, kind of caught him from behind. And, of course, that big defensive front, they're tough to move.
Second and 9 from the near hash mark, moving right to left. Mac Houston looks, throws downfield, has a man open, Will Fawn inside the 40, and finally stopped and knocked out of bounds inside the 25, or let's say we're going to be 27. Great catch and run by Will Fawn. Great throw by Mac Houston.
Yes, it was. Mac had time. Good job by the offensive line, giving him time. It looked like a corner route from Will Fawn. And it was an excellent route and a great throw. Big play for the Cats.
Cats with a Wildcat. Watson Glass first down at the 27 of Central. 4:30 to go in the third, trailing 39-17 here at home. Dual wideouts to the far side of the field. In the Wildcat. And we got a flag on the field, probably delay a game. Makes it first and 15. Line of scrimmage at 32-yard line. 4:11 to go. 13 on the play clock. Looks like the Cats will stay with the Wildcat. Knowles in the Wildcat takes around the left side, picks up a block, and he's going to be out of bounds at the 24-yard line.
Caleb Knowles out of the Wildcat. I tell you what, he looks very quick and fast tonight. Might need to get him the football a few more times.
Kilo lines up to the far right side of the field. Cook goes in motion, fakes it, throws it, again, complete to Reese at the 25. He's going to lose about a yard. Good coverage that time by the defense for Central.
Yeah, we try to set up a little quick screen to the short side of the field, but the defender beat our offensive lineman. He was unable to make his block, and but you got to give credit to the Red Devil defense.
Third down for Enterprise. Line of scrimmage at 25. They need to get down to the 17 for a first down. Near hash mark. Houston rolls to the right side, throws it, has a man open, overthrows him, incomplete. Fourth down.
Yeah, that's a tough throw. It's a long throw on the sprint out by Matt Houston. Pretty good coverage across the way. See what Coach Blackman decides to do. Probably going to give it a go. It'll be a long field goal attempt.
Houston back at his 30-yard line, gets pressure. He's going to be sacked back at the 33. Nowhere to go as 3 and 18 are both there to bring him down, and Central takes over first and 10.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what we were trying to do on that play. I don't know if Mac was trying to fake, but the Red Devils, they were sending the house. They were putting the pressure on us. We just didn't have anywhere to go but down.
First and 10. Coleman keeps it off the left side, gets past one, and he's going to be out near the 42, 43-yard line, be close to first down.
Yeah, good job by their quarterback. We were in position to try to make a play, but he's just too good an athlete for us. Give them credit.
Second and short, Coleman shotgun formation, fakes it, throws it long, has a receiver down the left side. He's got it. Touchdown, Central. Complete to Bass.
Yeah, that's that big receiver on our small defensive back. That's a mismatch. They've hit it. That's the second time tonight they've hit it. They've come close a couple of other times. But, again, you got to give those guys credit, just pitching and catching. Touchdown, Red Devils.
(45-17) the score with 2:16 to go in the third. Kicker comes in to attempt the point after. Kick is up. And the kick is good. And Central leads 46-17. You're watching Enterprise High School football presented by McDonald's, Murphy Family Restaurants of Enterprise on the Wildcat and FHS Sports Networks. Yeah, back at Wildcat Stadium, Bill Bacon Field. Central has scored on a long pass, leading 46-17. And a good kick, and it'll go into the end zone for a touchback. Wildcats start first and 10 at the 20. Enterprise first and 10 from their own 20-yard line. 2:15 to go in the third. Hands it off to Kilo. Ball's on the ground. Bounces right back to him. And they call it an incomplete pass as he pitched it forward.
Yeah, that's right, Fox.
Second and 10 for the Cats. Houston rolls to the right side, throws it long, has a man open. Kilo has it at the 40, 30, 25, and finally down at the 21-yard line. Great throw and catch. Kenyon Kilo, and he picks up a Wildcat first down inside the 25.
I don't know what the route was, but Kenyon Kilo broke wide open behind the Red Devils secondary. Mike Houston hit him for a big gainer for the Cats.
Knowles in the Wildcat formation. Faulk goes in motion. Knowles can't get the ball, and he's going to be sacked back about the 31-yard line. And again, mishandled, and the Cats back it up to the 30 from the 21. Brings up second at 19. Houston, and not sure what he did on that one, Coach.
I think he just threw that one away. I don't know, might have been trying to set up a screen, and it nothing was happening, so he just wisely threw it into the turf.
Big third down for the Wildcat offense. They've got to get down to the 11 for a first down. No pressure's coming. He gets it off and intercepted and dropped, but a penalty flag comes out, and we'll see which way the call will go.
It looks like they called it against them. I didn't get a look at it because from my vantage point, I can't see that part of the end zone down there, but I believe the official called pass interference against the Red Devils. It's not an automatic first down in high school. It is in college and professional football, so it'll be third and short.
And brings up third down. Line of scrimmage now becomes a 15. Houston back to pass, throws it up, nowhere to go as he gets pressure and brings up fourth down. And with a timeout on the field. Score here at Wildcat Stadium, 46-17, Central leading the Wildcats. Once again, I want to take time to thank all of our sponsors, the Griffin Agency, and Enterprise with all your insurance needs. Also, Napa Auto Parts out on Rucker Boulevard. Of course, McDonald's, Murphy Family Restaurants of Enterprise. Citizens Bank. And our first down sponsor, Watson Glass of Enterprise. And for our timeout and refueling stops, BTV Wings and Things on Boll Weevil Circle and Dolphin Street Enterprise. And as we travel, Sam Boswell Honda Buick GMC for furnishing transportation, and we'll be at home for the next 3 weeks. We have a break next week, back home for 3, and then on the road for the last 2. And as we travel, Riverbank and Trust and State Farm, Willie Miller on Rucker Boulevard. Hand off to Knowles. He's going to be inside the 5 and will depend on the spot. And we've got a it's going to be down at the 5-yard line. And as the third quarter comes to an end here at Wildcat Stadium, Central Red Devils leading 46 to Enterprise's 17. Watching Enterprise High School football presented by McDonald's, Murphy Family Restaurants of Enterprise on the Wildcat and FHS Sports Networks. Second and goal from the 5. Pitch goes off the right side, tries to cut it in, nowhere to go, loses about 3 or 4 yards as Reese is the ball carrier for the Wildcats.
Yeah, the Red Devil defense just a little too quick for us on that quick pitch to the outside. They just smothered us for a loss. Cook, touchdown Wildcats, as he made the cut and took it in around the right side. Yeah, with 11:30 to go in the game, Enterprise gets on the board once again as we await the extra point. Yeah, that was a well-executed play. Good snap back to Cakes Blackman. Braden Cook was on the speed sweep, and a good job of blocking and a good handoff, and he was able to take it in the end zone. Well-executed play, touchdown for the Cats.
Rocha comes in to attempt the point after. Houston holding as we await the snap. Good snap. Hold is down. Kick is up. And the kick is good. And Central leads 46 to 24 as we have just started this fourth quarter. Boat ride kicking off for the Cats. Pooch kick to the near side, fielded at the 22-yard line by number 14, cuts it back to the left side. And the Cats are there to make the stop. And they'll start 1st and 10, about the 25, 26-yard line.
Yeah, that's a good pooch kick there. Where you can kick it down to about the 25 and then get down there to make the play. He was undecided which way to go, and he kind of spun around, but the Cat kickoff coverage unit was there to make that play.
First and 10 for Central. Handoff right up the middle. He's got some running room and hit quickly and stopped by Brack Sawyer coming up to make that stop as he gained about 6 yards.
Yeah, a little crease inside, opened up by the Red Devil offensive line. Good job, as you said, by Brack Sawyer, the safety, to come up to make that play.
And pass down the left side to number 4, and once again he's there to make the catch, and they're going to have it 1st and 10 inside the 35, Coach.
Yeah, that was just a tremendous throw, an even better catch. I thought he was going to go out of bounds and not catch a football, but he caught it and stayed in bounds. So big play for Central.
First and 10 from the Wildcat 33, near hash mark for Central. Coleman takes it, fakes it to 7, throws it over here to 3, across the 35 down to the 30. Looks like they'll rule him out about the 29-yard line, waiting on the spot. And it'll bring up 2nd down.
Yeah, that was a pretty good job by the Cat defense. Swarming tackle.
Second and 5 for Central, leading 46-24. Brought to you by Citizens Bank. Fakes it, throws it down the left side to Bass. One-handed catch, and it's going to be ruled incomplete as he was out of bounds. And the Cats get a break. And Coach, it seems like they can go to Bass at any time they want to.
Yeah, it's just a mismatch over there. I'm surprised we hadn't put give our corner a little help with a safety over the top.
Third down for Central. Coleman looks again, pulls it down. He's going to run it 25, and he gets down about the 21, and that'll be enough for a Central first down.
Good coverage by the Wildcat secondary. But again, that's probably about third or fourth time that quarterback, with his athletic ability, is able to tuck it and pick up first down yardage.
First and 10. Handoff goes off the left side, got some running room, and he's down inside the 10. Good second and third effort as the Cats could not get him down. Crow on the run for the Red Devils.
Yeah, that was a good surge by their offensive line, and that good hard running by the running back. And it will be first and goal for the Red Devils.
Devon Crow once again up the middle, inside the 5 to the 3. As Turner was there to make the stop.
I tell you what, Walker Turner, he's a force in the middle of that Wildcat defense, and he was able to make that play.
Second and goal. Fakes it, throws it to the end zone, has a man open in the corner, complete to number 11, Averett for a touchdown.
Yeah, that was a corner route. I had a good look at the outside receiver, just goes into the end zone, crosses the goal line, and kind of turns around, and the corner squats on him. And the inside receiver runs that corner route. He beats the safety, and the quarterback put it right on the money for the touchdown.
And Chiacho comes in to attempt another point after. Hold is down, the kick is up, and the kick is good. Chiacho's extra point good. And Central leads 53-24 with 7:50 to go in the game. And Sparks comes in to kick off for Central once again. Once again, Citizens Bank scoreboard. Central leads 53-24. And Coach, as we talked about earlier, Central has averaged 50-something points a game thus far. And it's going to go into the, goes out of bounds about the 1 yard line. Give the Cats a break. And the Cats will start 1st and 10 at the 35.
Yeah, I think they were getting tired of kicking it to Will Falk, having him have a chance to run it back.
Handoff off the right side, out across the 40 to about the 41 yard line. Good hard run that time by the Cats.
Yeah, that's our big sophomore running back, Darian Buford. I was hoping he'd get a chance to get some action tonight, and he is. I think he's going to be a bright star for the Cats in the next couple of years.
And the Cats coach playing a lot of 9th and 10th graders this year, having to, but in the future it works out, just makes it tough this year.
You're exactly right, Fox.
Second down for the Cats, 4 to go. Houston hands it off right up the middle. He's going to be out across the 43 to about the 44. Good second effort, finally ruled down at the 46 is Buford's the ball carrier once again.
Yeah, I think his second effort and was able to pick up that first down. I think we still have our starting offensive line in the ball game, and starting quarterback Case Blackman still in the game. Braden Cook gives Buford a chance to run with basically the first team offense.
Watson Glass, Wildcat first down at the 46-yard line, 6:22 to go. Cats trailing 53-24. Buford off the left side, cuts it back inside, got some running room, side the 40, 35, 30, 25, and finally brought down at the 22-yard line, but a great run by Buford that time, and the Cats move the chains once again.
Yeah, good job blocking up front. I tell you what, he showed a little more speed than I thought he had. I know he's got good size and power, but he really turned on the speed on that particular play.
Watson Glass first down at the 23. Mac Houston shotgun formation from his 28. Bad snap and wasn't ready, Coach.
Yeah, the snap looked a little high, but I thought Mac, he should be able to make that play.
Backs it up to the 34-yard line. Second and 20. Baldwin goes wide to the far side of the field for Enterprise. Hands it off to Buford, takes it right up the middle inside the 30 and finally brought down about the 28-yard line.
Yeah, good surge by the Cat offensive line, good hard running.
And it'll be a third down from the 29. The Cats have to get down inside the 13 for a first down. 4:13 to go in the game. Central leads 53-24. Houston from the 35. Cook goes in motion, fakes it, gives it to Buford again. Nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped, but a good second effort as he was stopped at the line of scrimmage and picked up 2 or 3 more yards, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
Yeah, he's got good size. I think he's about 5'10", about 223 pounds. So he runs hard in the middle. We had a couple of backup receivers in the game. I want to mention their name. Number 4, L.T. Baldwin had checked in, and also number 15, Carrington Garland, who is a backup receiver and a senior this year. So glad they were able to get some action tonight.
Cats with 2 wideouts to the far side of the field. And a penalty flag on the play. Brings up fourth and about 8. Line of scrimmage now becomes the 21-yard line. Houston throws, no one's there, incomplete, and Central takes over first and 10. Looks like just miscommunication once again, Coach.
Yeah, I think you're right. Somebody kind of messed up, and we don't need to be messing up any time, but particularly on the fourth down play. We didn't get points out of it, but we did get, I think, number 32, Darian Buford, a chance to run the football. I think that's a plus. I think he can help us down the road this year.
And James comes in, the quarterback for Central, fakes, throws down the left side, incomplete.
At least they didn't have number 4 in the football game. I think this must be obviously their second team offense. I don't have a problem with a throw when they have the backups in. Let the guys play. Let the quarterbacks throw. See if the receivers can make a play.
Second and 10 for Central. Handoff off the left side. Bounces outside. Got some running room. 30 and up near the 35. Finally taken out of bounds by the Cats. Greenwood on to carry.
It looked like they got away with a hold on one of our outside linebackers. Had a pretty good hold on him, but the official did not see it. If they don't see it, they don't call it, so I don't guess it was a penalty.
First and 10 for Central at their own 35-yard line. 2:28 to go, leading 53-24. Again, hands it off the right side, and he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
Both teams have their backups in the game, giving them a chance to play a little bit.
Second and 10, throws it long, has a man open, 81, and he breaks it outside. And he's finally tackled right at the goal line, but should have gone all the way. Great saving tackle there by the Wildcats.
Yeah, that was a nice throw and catch by the backup quarterback receiver for Central.
First and goal for Central at the goal line. Quarterback takes it, hands it off to, well, we got a penalty flag somewhere. And I believe it's going to go against us, Coach. Shotgun formation from the 6-2 lines up to the left side of the quarterback, hands it off to 2. Number 30 is there to make the stop for the Wildcats at the 2-yard line.
Fox, they're probably going to run one more play, give a chance to put it in the end zone. I hope our backups defense come up with a big stop right here. Don't let them in the end zone.
And again, hands it to 2. Met by Danner and stopped at the line of scrimmage.
I believe they're going to let it run out, which is the thing to do. And looks like both teams are headed toward the sideline.
And the final score here at Wildcat Stadium, Central 53, Enterprise 24. And as we got an update from Montgomery, Carver defeated Dothan 50-28. Wildcats will be off next week, and then Carver comes to Enterprise, Coach. And as both teams cross the field to congratulate each other, we'll be back in a few moments with Ricky Adams to wrap it up with the post-game show. Once again, thank all of our sponsors, McDonald Murphy Family Restaurant, Watson Glass for our first down, Citizens Bank scoreboard, also on our traveling team, Riverbank on South Main, and Lee Milner with State Farm out on Rucker Boulevard. Also, Garrett Griffin there in Enterprise and his family on the corner of Grubbs and Edwards. And Napa Auto Parts out Rucker Boulevard, where you can go in and save 10% by mentioning Wildcat football on your parts and other accessories. Once again, the final score here in Enterprise, Central defeating the Wildcats 53-24. Been watching and listening to Enterprise High School football presented by McDonald's Murphy Family Restaurants of Enterprise across Southeast Alabama, Northwest Florida on the Wildcat and FHS Sports Networks.
I'm ready, if y'all are ready.
All right, and to wrap it up here at home, final score 53-24. Central coming on top. Here's Ricky Adams to wrap it up for us. Rick?
You know, at times, Rex, the game felt a lot closer than these statistics are going to show it was. We had 13 first downs, 38 rushing attempts for 64 yards. 11 of 15 passing for 174 yards, giving us 238 yards total offense. Punted once, that was a miracle, for 27 yards. Penalized only 5 times for 30 yards, but we fumbled it 7 times and lost 2 of them. For the victorious Central High Red Devils, 19 first downs, 20 rushing attempts for 116 yards. They were 15 of 28 passing with 1 interception for 400 passing yards, including 223 of them in the second half, giving them 511 yards total offense. They punted once, 46 yards, penalized 12 times for 110 yards, and they had 1 fumble and they lost it. In the second half, the scoring went like this. In the third quarter, we had a 10-play, 59-yard drive that ended with a 33-yard field goal from our boy Roca to cut the lead to 32-17 with 7:40 to go in the third quarter. Then with 6:28, Coleman to Braden Brown for Central, 5-play, 61-yard drive. They scored on a long pass, 58-yard pass. Kicked the point, 39-17. Then with 2:16 to go in the third quarter, Coleman threw to Mike Bass on a 58-yard touchdown pass, added the Pat 46-17. In the fourth period, we had a 9-play, 80-yard drive that ended with a 7-yard run by Braden Cook. Roca kicked the point, 46-24 with 11:30 to go in the game. Then with 7:50 to go, Central had an 8-play, 75-yard Rex.
Well, the Central Red Devils is a good football team, and of course we helped them out tonight. They picked up the fumble, ran it back, and a couple of safeties. So, if we don't make those mistakes, not necessarily we're going to win the game, but make it a little more respectable. But I like the way the Cats battled tonight. We kept scrapping, and we had some opportunity. Only punted one time, didn't have as many penalties. Of course, we got to eliminate those bad snaps. It's hard enough to run an offense and execute when you're getting good snaps. So we got to get that worked out. The bad news, we lost tonight, but the good news is we got an open week next week. I like our backup quarterback has done well. A lot of kids are getting to play, and really the toughest part of our schedule, we've already gone through it. So second half of the season I'm excited for the Cats and looking forward to it.
Fox. He must have already left.
No, we're here. Yarber's got allergic to nightlife, I think, over here sneezing, but we hope he'll live through it. But encourage everyone to be back in 2 weeks. Cats are off next week, and then Carver comes to town. Carver defeating Dothan tonight up in Montgomery. Cats are young, but they're hanging in there. They continue to fight and scratch, and the coaches keeping them up. So we look forward to the future. Just our region's a tough region.
Well, that's all she wrote from us for tonight, reminding you of tonight's final score of 53-24 in Central's favor. For Fox, Rex, Rick, Brian, and Jamie, this is Ricky Adams inviting you to join us at the same Cat time on the same Cat channel Friday, October 3rd, when Carver's Wolverines come to Wildcat Stadium for another Region 2 game. Until then, please heed these words from Dan Matthews. Maybe jail is not the answer, but it's all we've got. Keep the biscuits warm, Mildred. We're headed home. You've been tuned to the Wildcat Sports Network.